I want to tell you a little story that I once read sitting in the back of a shul in, once davening Mincha, I think it was, at a shul in Queens, New York. And there was a bulletin board there, and there was a printed out email that was, tacked to the board, similar to the kind of stuff we put up in the back of the yeshiva. And the story was there told of a young boy who used to like to play in the fields around his house, and one day he discovered a cocoon. And each day he would walk back and look at that cocoon, waiting to see when it would finally open up. And one day finally he arrived back at the cocoon and saw that it was beginning to crack, beginning to chip. And he sat there for hours watching the butterfly emerge from the cocoon. Piece by piece, it cracked a little bit more. The butterfly was able to push out one little piece of the shell of the cocoon, finally creating a little hole. And the butterfly kept on pushing itself, struggling its way, attempting to get out of the cocoon, finding its way back in, re-emerging, all the time creating another little crack, removing another little part of the shell, until finally, after hours of this slow process, the hole was big enough. The girth of the butterfly finally emerged with its majority over the threshold of that hole in the cocoon, and it plopped down next to the cocoon. He stared at the butterfly, and then 15 minutes later, the butterfly, after fluttering about there, was able to extend its wings and fly away. A short time later, he discovered another cocoon. And again, he had the same interest in watching the cocoon. He watched it day by day until it finally had a little crack. And then, when it finally cracked open a little bit, he didn't want to bear to watch the suffering of the butterfly, of this next butterfly, the same way he had to endure watching the suffering of the previous butterfly. And so he carefully removed, next to the hole, carefully removed additional parts of the shell, allowing the butterfly to more casually escape the cocoon without the struggle and the squeeze, without the adversity, the difficulty, the suffering. The butterfly was able to emerge and plop down next to the cocoon. He waited those 15 minutes, expecting to see it fly away, but it never flew away. It died. And as the email on the bulletin board in the shul in Queens recorded, the butterfly, as it were, looked up at the young boy and said, "I know you wanted to help me, but you don't understand. You see, the way God created the cocoon and the butterfly is that I make a small hole, and I have to struggle and squeeze my way out. All the while I squeeze my way out, I'm able to squeeze water out of the wings of my new butterfly body. And slowly, through the struggle, I'm able to rid myself of the excess weight that will allow me to fully develop and fly away. I know you wanted to help me, but without the struggle, I'm not able to fly."